To do the mission of living in this pre-messianic era. And we know that Hashem always creates the solution before he creates the challenge. And that means that you have the ability to look at the deepest, most densest of the darkest persecutions, of this exile, and you have the ability to look directly through it and see Hashem and see the light. And Emunah Shlema is Emunah not just in the daytime, not just when things are easy, but also in the night, also in this dense persecution, in the pain. It usually takes a lifetime, but we don't have a lifetime. We've lost the luxury of complacency. We have only now. Women are compared to the moon because we have this unique ability. We have this immense strength to be able to look through the dark and see God. We have the capability of Emunah Shlema, and that was the merit of the women in Egypt, Bizchut Nashim Tzadkaniyot. That was why we were redeemed from Egypt, because they had the faith when the men weren't able to. We were surrounded by persecution. We were in slavery. There was no help in sight, and there was no reason to believe. There was no reason to hope. There was no salvation in sight. But the women had belief in that nighttime. And the women were preparing their Tof Miriam, their tambourine, because their emunah was so deep and so perfect that they were preparing the tambourines to celebrate the upcoming miracles. And the pasuk says that it was in this merit of the women's perfect faith, that emunah shlema, it was in that merit that the Jews were redeemed from Egypt. And the Arizal states that so too in our generation, the final Geula will be redeemed for the same reasons, for the merits of the women in our generation, for our faith. That means that we contain the sparks of these righteous, holy women. It means that we have the ability to look around us now, to look at the raging anti-Semitism, to look at the pain and the destruction and the suffering. We have the ability, the holy chutzpah, to look at it and to see God and to declare our faith and to say, I'm going to prepare my tambourine as well, because I believe my emunah is so great, so deep. It's emunah shlema in its most truest form, that Hashem is my salvation. I turn to you and none but you. And even now, especially now, I'm preparing my tambourine of faith in the same way that the women did all those thousands of years ago in Egypt. And I'm doing the same now. And I'm doing it in the certain knowledge that I will be using my tambourine too to go to greet the Mashiach, to celebrate the incredible, glorious miracles that I'm going to be witnessing as you redeemers, as you bring about our salvation for the complete and final time in our day. My faith is in you, Hashem, and none but you. And that is my faith. That is my emunah shlema in the deepest form. And unfortunately now we've lost the luxury of complacency. We've lost the time to do this slowly. We need to deepen our faith now. We need to dig down deeper. We need to grab every single second to fall into Hashem's embrace, because he's right here with us, even in the deepest, darkest moments, especially in those moments. He's right here. He's waiting for us to turn to him. He's waiting for us to celebrate the upcoming miracles in advance. That's the first step, and then he can come in and bring about the miracles. But we need to take the first step. We need to take that leap of faith. And that is why this is called a call to arms, because not just our arms, but also our shield, our protection, but the tambourine in our hand, our symbol, our declaration of faith and commitment and attachment to Hashem. It protected us, shielded us, and brought about our salvation last time, just as it will this time. But it is our fire in our hands, it is our weapon, it is exactly what is arming us. It's our active emunah. It's not just absence of hishtadlut, it is powerful, it is active, it is fire in our bones. This is a call to arms. Real arms that can have impact across the world just by your small action of holding something so powerful